Yes, this will do just fine.
Is that intentional? It looked intentional. Is that intentional? Looked intentional.
This is life.
You know, I feel like in most best-of-3 series, we see a lot of consistency as far as the drafts go, you know, from game to game. I guess we kind of had that from 1 to 2 with a couple of the cores, but this is completely different draft here in Game 3, especially from Virtus Pro. What's going on here?
Yeah, Game 3, I don't know. You have a core Skywrath, which I think can be really good, but I think like 1 or 2 deaths on that hero and your hero just completely falls off. But we're going to find out. You want to know something?
What's that?
We're ugly. But you know who's not? These teams, and you can go check them out. EpicLive.gg. You can actually watch the game plus the player's reaction. Who doesn't like watching VP? I mean, they just goof around, right? Even same Weehaw, he's a smile. Weehaw actually has one of the most gorgeous smiles. But yeah, you can definitely go check him out. And that's always great to do. But as you said, man, Skywrath, core, we have a PA, an empowered PA, pardon me, Mega, not just by Empower, but the tree as well. But here we go, we're already back in there. Roger, he's in a pickle.
Roger's in a lot of trouble, sure enough. He is leashed up to Ramses. Roger gonna run no Possum Fairy Park. King Artie's gonna die first, actually. So not exactly sure how this all started. It looked decent for Pain initially, but not so decent in the end. Effectavo. I think he's good. Oh. Another bolt, it's not going to be enough. Oh, maybe it will be, actually. Need one more. It's going to be out of range, so yeah, he'll swashbuckle away, and he's good. That triple mango, so the regen kicking in. Wow, bingo.
Dude, is this the first game where we've seen first series, all 3 games have had first blood before, like, the creeps. I just realized that's true. That's very rare. Like, and it's all happened bottom usually. Every time, actually.
They've been clashing. These teams have been not afraid to clash, not only in the very beginning, but throughout. These have been very aggressive, you know, run at you kind of games. Speaking of that, solo middle lane. He is wrapping around, would hope for a courier snipe. But yeah, so you mentioned already the Skywrath mage. We have a PA pick with a mag. How about Io? This is another hero. You know, I was talking with you about this hero earlier, in fact, how maybe this last patch, you know, was kind of interesting with the orbs, and I think there's like different opinions of whether or not it was really a great buff or not. It feels a little bit different to control. But he's been getting buffs in recent patches, especially with the tethering, you know, say movement speed, things like that. I'm excited to see Io and see what he can do now once again.
Yeah, me too. I think the biggest thing, I think he got buffed overall, but he got nerfed in this kind of mid-game, right, where you're level 7 with those level 4 balls, and you can do this thing, right, where all your balls explode on one guy, and then you resummon, and you instantly do, like, some crazy, like, 900 burst damage. That's gone now. You can't do that anymore. And also, it feels interesting, Tavo. I mean, he might go down here.
He already used a swashbuckle. Yeah. That's why they're going in. One more attack should do it. Yes, Ramses finds it. So great execution by VP. Obviously, he felt comfortable, but he didn't know the treant was there. As soon as treant came out, he realized he was in a deadly spot. Pasha, he'll skewer away. He's fine at the top lane. And triple mango. We're seeing that. Oh my God, Wee's dead.
He is. Yeah. He goes down. I mean, Roger should be okay here.
He has a tether up. He's going to pick up the arcane when he wants it, but great block from King Artie, actually, and that secures the kill. Yeah, he was so desperate to get the rune that instead of going back for a tether away, he actually ends up dying. And again, great execution from King Artie there.
That was interesting, but look at this. It's 2 minutes in, and we're already more than 1,000 gold lead here. And God, that's one of the best things of being an IO. When you TP from your fountain, going into lane, you still get that little bit of extra fountain regen onto your middle here, and look at the biggest thing about Skywrath, when you run out of mana, like from doing these level 1 bolts and all that, you feel bad, but you have a Wisp now giving you mana. Like, it takes away the biggest weakness of Skywrath middle in his, like, once you're out of mana, you're out of mana.
There's a couple of heroes that come to mind when you think IO synergy. You know, the obvious Tiny, the Ursa, maybe a PA, for example, but not Skywrath mage usually.
Laning phase-wise.
You make some great points, though. That is very true.
Man, this is they're at a tier 2, and Tavo's just getting whopped on.
Yeah, he shield smash right there. You know, going to mitigate some if they go back on him. But again, they're just CSing, man. They're just getting creep kills. At least PA is, and right now he's topping the charts up there with the Phantom Lancer currently at 18 and 8 apiece.
I think the biggest thing is PL. It's going to be a PL in the late game versus like Mag, and then I mean Skywrath late game scary. Once you get like the Atos Octarine, like once you're super late game, Skywrath is not this little fragile little man that you once thought he was. He is a very grown up man. King Artie, this is Skywrath.
Yeah, well,
that's what he does.
So going more to your point, then again, we were kind of talking about it earlier. To be fair, is that well, then what's the weakness? Is the obvious one? He's squishy, and then two is that he does need a bit of a snowball, right? Like he wants that snow. If he gets a slow start, like he dies a couple times early on, then he completely falls behind. His farming potential is not that great at all, and then all of a sudden you have a dead hero on your team. So that's where why we wouldn't see a hero like Skywrath often, despite you hyping him up. But no one is already having a great start, and again partnered with the IO on top of that. You got to figure this is potentially going to be a scary game coming out from him.
Hey, Posh, I thought we were taking that out of the game, but no, he will pull the creep wave at 4 minutes in, and I mean, that's just smart. He might be in a little bit of trouble. He goes uphill.
No, he's fine.
And he should be pretty good. Yeah, I just feel like all the lanes from VP are getting something. Pasha's level almost 4 at 4 minutes in, and that's great.
What's with these triple mangoes, by the way? I mean, we saw it on Pango as well as Magnus. We saw it several times in the series already.
And we actually, Ramsey's had a lot bottom too. He just popped one of them, so he had an item slot. I don't know, it's just the man, and wait, he's just dead. He can't do anything.
That's the other thing about this hero too. The Arcane Bull gonna help finish the job. No one credit for the kill. The silence. He has great burst damage, but a long-lasting silence. Solo though in some trouble himself. But he's gonna bait out a turn kill. Looks like that's the idea. Ramsey's coming in. Already with the dagger throw. Has another one coming up here. Phantom Strike as well, but choosing better of it. That stifling dagger cannot get the angle now. And he is going to be blocked, however. King RD, another great block. Well, okay, maybe not so much of a block.
And he missed twice, too. That evasion, even just level 1, the value point. Oh, tough.
Okay, Ramses is making some pretty big plays.
Yeah, he is.
Some subtle big plays, even.
Have you played Pango Breaky?
A couple times when it first came out.
That here, I'm telling you, Swashbuckle, I mean, that skill's a lot harder to hit than some people think. Like, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of spam, like, oh, this guy's bad middle. Well, here comes
once
the
again.
What are you going to do? This IO.
Keeping him alive. King RD's here, though. Not going to be enough with the Crypt Storm, however. And actually, we once again in trouble. Pops the salve. Will barely stay alive because of that. King RD, maybe a different story. The auto attack is not enough damage, actually. Tusk will barely survive, but both of them getting so low on life. But yeah, you definitely see the IO really kicking in. That overcharge coming into play, most certainly.
I like he used the Fairy Fire himself, and then also Skywrath Fairy Fire, too. He's just, he heals all over. I don't know what you can do. Weeha's just getting bullied, even with that wand, right? Like, that's the counter. He's going to throw out all these bolts, but when the bolts are doing 250 a hit and you're getting 15 like charge, it's not that much.
Solo, again, he's found here. He's probably going to end up dying. Yeah, just a matter who gets the last hit. It looks like it will be Wee, actually.
Look at that, 154. He was level 2, so they got, I would say, a combined 25 experience. That's less than a creep.
It's not good.
It's just one of those things where he's making space. That's one of those that worth it.
IO has the bottle with the stick, has a salve on him even as well. They're going to go back in. More Arcane Bolt spam from no one. The tether is still on him. Just enough range, and again, going to keep running with him. We do see Pangolier dying at the bottom lane, actually. And then back to the middle, he's fine. And that was 3 heroes on Pain Gaming side, by the way. We're middle.
Versus, I mean, this, you just see the power of Wisp. And that's why it's always been one of those things. Like, I still can't believe Chinese teams, like, don't refuse to play it. But, I mean, compared to the West, Chinese teams just don't. It's a hero I've heard, even Jax talked about. They just don't consider it a Dota hero. And I'm like, well, I mean, technically it is. But he definitely just changes how the game's played. Uh-oh, no one? Will get hit? There's the Wisp. He comes in for the save once again with the bottle charges. They're going to turn on a Tusk at least, maybe more if they're not careful. There's the Mystic Flare. He takes so much burst damage. The Arcane Bolt spam continues, and that Crypt Storm ain't going to do a damn thing, it feels like. Duster's also low himself. Tavo comes in. They clean up IO, actually. The Arcane Bolt is going to finish up Weeha, but at what cost now? For no one. Trying to run away, not going to be enough. And the Mystic Seal, or the Ancient Seal, excuse me, also unable to help him in the end against that Phantom Lancer. And speaking of PL, he is still here. Tavo's going to end up with a double kill out of this, so that actually worked out like a pretty good trade for Pain Gaming, it felt like. Yeah, it was. I mean, pretty big rotations, right? You have HFN coming in. You have almost every single hero. And guess what? VP does the same thing. Ramsey's the only person who doesn't rotate instant crit. But, I mean, when Ramses isn't rotating and HFN is, like, these are the 2 guys that are going to solo carry games. And, I mean, look at this. Ramsey's already back to, like, full HP.
Well, yeah, he's tough to kill again with that overcharge up. And you see Roger just the extreme limits right there of that tether. Obviously, he's played it plenty of times before. Bounty Rune's picked up, and Tavo once again taking the Sapling Dagger. There's a crit and finishes the job with one more auto attack. It's like, what do you do against that? The PA just running you down. Coup de grace, pretty good ability.
I do like I think Tavo does it. You just ulti. Pango, his biggest thing is ulti. That is such a low cooldown. You just pretty much use it off cooldown. I think he has to make moves on the map. I think you might just have to give Ramses a free lane now. I mean, he's already free farming, right? Like, I don't think Pango can stay in lane. No one can.
So, well, no one is.
No one can. Yeah, seriously. Nice. I swear to God.
PA does have 1,500 gold saved up. We don't know exactly what Ramses is going for yet. You know, again, there's the idea. Obviously, they have a Magnus, so Battle Fury probably not going to see. Do you think we're going to see that Desolator, perhaps? Or what would you say as Visage middle lane? He's dead.
It looks like he's going to be a Vanguard, though. He has it could be, I mean, he has the Ring of Health plus Stout Shield, and I think it's a good item, right? Like, you see how much damage he's doing now. You get a little more survivability with that tree, and I think it's smart. I think it's either that or Deso. I think those two are the best items when you have a mag on your team.
I could see that, especially a lot of physical damage coming out of Pain Gaming side, at least not only earlier on, that's what they're relying on, but throughout this game, this is not a magic-heavy team, so we'll see sometimes like a casual Hooded Defiance, but okay, well, he does go to sustain.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we just look dumb. It could be a Lincoln's too. Arteezy likes doing that on PA, and I know Ramses and him are very similar players, but it could just be a Battle Fury too.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So what about the Battle Fury though? Because again, there's some people that will suggest, well, he has a Magnus, what's the point? But it does, you know, amplify that much more, and he doesn't have to rely on the Empower, to be fair.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, right? That's the whole thing. Ramses wants to be on his own while the rest of his four are doing that, and if Mag's always empowering you, they know where he's at on the map, right? If you see a fresh Empower, you know Mag's down there, you can play a little more, like, aggressive in other lanes. But if he has a Battle Fury just farming by himself, I mean, that's fine. You don't know where the mag. If he's always off the lane, you don't know what to do.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, see what he goes for. Double damage is pinged out by King RD right there, but middle lane, yeah, both. I guess that is a support Visage now to do a double take there, because yeah, that's right, that's Duster playing of this game. There with the PL, bottom lane solo, he's nearby.
Ooh, the dust. The Tusk just used dust and it barely missed.
That's rough, yeah. Do they defend this tower? I mean, obviously with the, you know, the armor from Treant Protector, that living armor is pretty good for counter pushing, or not counter pushing, but preventing an aggressive push. So
it's pretty scary, especially right there versus the Pango with ulti. You might see him. Let's see if he pops it.
Skyrath is coming in. The Ancient Seal is up, and all of a sudden, Death Prophet is absolutely dead. He even had to relocate as well from PA. King RD is also going to fall, and there's Tavo getting away, as you mentioned, using his ultimate to secure it, but they lose two. Yep, at that bottom lane.
I think these last two games have just been the VP we've expected. Roger does go down. He just, I mean, that's one of those cocky plays.
Well, he relocated back at that point.
Didn't bring back his friend. Yeah.
Yeah,
my bad. That wasn't cocky at all. He just died. He actually was less cocky.
Yeah,
that wasn't on.
Well, I wanted to Ramses caller him, but at that point, Ramses probably just wanted to farm more bottom lane, of course. So understandable.
Veil already for Skyrath. So if he finds anyone but this PL, even with PL, right, if he gets the silence from like the shadows or something, then he's gonna be fine. But
I feel like we've seen this a couple times. Solo constantly caught in this area. He's actually gonna pop his overgrowth there to try to survive. Living armor's up. It's not nearly enough though. Yeah, there's that space created, I guess. The ultimate's not the longest cooldown, maybe, but oh, they're smoked up now. Were they seen? I don't think so. No vision there.
But the fact that you have to smoke up, like, it's good when your core wants to get involved, but HFN's a guy, he wants to be like the Ramses, just farm up, go to a lane, let everyone else do this. The fact that they're using all this time, gets the haze.
Got the haze, but he couldn't get away. Initially hit by the snowball, however, he is fine. Mystic Flare turn onto King RD. He'll end up falling right there. Duster's here assisting much as he can, but no one gets healed up now by the IO. Duster's going to fall as well on the Visage as PA comes in and crit him down. Does have the Empower buff, as you can see on top of that, so they turn on two. Yeah, that haste rune, talk about a perfect rune to have right there.
And not only that, no one actually just got the birds too from Visage, and I believe that, yeah, he has no summon for 70 seconds. That's almost bigger than, I mean, who cares about killing the Visage, but killing his two birds, that just, it ruins like any gank chances and Pain has. And it's only a 3K lead, but I would actually say this one feels more out of control than the last game, even though I think it was a bigger lead. Just this PA. Ramses is going to go nuts this game.
Yeah, last time we checked, he almost had the Battle Fury finished, if indeed that's what he's going for. So that's, okay, 2,300 gold saved up. So, yeah, it's just, he's going to go to the shop here, it looks like, and purchase it. So
I guess, versus PL as well, the Battle Fury is just better.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, you need the recipe now. I'm like doing a double take, like, wait a second, what's going on right here?
Everyone did. I did too. I was like, wait a minute. Is it because his Quelling Blade's on cooldown? What's happening
What's going
here?
on? Oh, Patches.
Oh, look at that Pasha with the blink at 13 minutes. Not even just blink. He's the Soul Ring plus blink. He's always going to have mana to do what he wants, and it's a free kill on HFN. Especially Pasha plus Skyrap.
He's dead. Yeah, you're right. Here comes the Stifling Dagger going in with a relocate. They're using everything just to make sure to secure that kill on a PA, or on PL, excuse me, on the Phantom Lancer. He's dead for 30. So yeah, that Blink Dagger pickup obviously in a key timing there for Pasha, and they make the best use of it possible, killing the heavy core on the other side.
That's the thing. You're going to see the mag just, oh, well, Leon's going to pop ult. You're going to find someone. Is the question. Looks like Roger.
They go right for Roger, but again, that means no one is there to do plenty of damage. Now, we did land a silence, but it came in a little late after the Mystic Flare. They do pick off Roger eventually. That's an IO, though. You just spent an Exorcist, and they lose Tavo elsewhere meanwhile. Yeah. So it's like, you get the idea. Okay, you want to focus down that IO, but at the cost of a hero alive and losing another hero, it's obviously not worth it.
Yeah, it just feels like no matter what, if Mag has his ulti and he's off the map, HFN can't be farming, because you're going to get an ulti and do an instant Skywrath teleport from the IO. And what's he going to do? Until he has Manta, he can't get out of that Ancient Seal. Yeah. It's a guaranteed kill every time.
So speaking of PL, by the way, I don't know exactly what he's going. We see this build coming out from Pango.
You got to. It's a ton of damage.
But yeah, going back to PL real quickly, the idea, again, I don't know if he's building a Battle Fury necessarily this game, but is there an argument to be made that he should be going to Battle Fury, you think, or is this more a diffusal?
I think he has to go more fight. I mean, Battle Fury is good, but it gives you no stats, and you're just going to get TP'd on by this IO anytime you show, it feels like.
Okay.
Damage, and DP now has that Yule, so kind of like just decent team fight, right? If you get that off before you get stunned, you throw that into the air. The other team is going to have to run because they can't target you. The ghosts are killing you, especially at level 12. Still a little bit away, though.
They tried once again to catch up to IO, but his tethered target nearby in Skywrath, so.
King RD is only level 4. I didn't, oh Ouch. Man. This is a 15.5 minutes in, and we're just at level 4.
That's not good. That is not good at all. No Wallace Punch coming out from him. Phantom Lancer, whoa, okay.
Yeah. He went kind of the same. He went Vanguard, Walls the Yasha, so a little bit of survival. That's why he wasn't taking that much damage top until the Mystic Flare came in. That makes sense.
Yeah, so he went a bit tanky, but yeah, it's even wasn't enough up there. Obviously, plenty of combo damage, and that's also the nice thing about this draft from Virtus Pro. Like, both their cores, one is magic intense, the other, obviously, one of the best physical intense heroes, and then obviously the Magnus and Power on top of that. So, speaking of Magnus, he's busy just pushing more at the top lane, trying to get a response out of Pain Gaming. But right now, they're not interested. They're still at the bottom area right over there, trying to find a play.
Yeah.
Pick up an Arcane Rune at least.
There's not much. No wards technically from the Radiant spotting out any of this movement, but who are you to go for? Solo? Doesn't even. He just runs away.
That's the easiest getaway. He literally just walks off, and they don't even bother chasing him. So they're committing exorcism to this. Remember, with the Arcane Rune, so lesser cooldown. Now Solo has his Overgrowth.
Oh, the dagger. The bird's dead. Look at that. They Duster pings. He's like, oh, Jesus, help. No one saw that. Everyone saw it. Your team, the other team. And that's important. Those birds worth 100 gold. And I mean, they're a big part of their team fight. Those 2 stuns and just the damage afterwards. Like, when your position 5 is that important and he's losing these birds, it's not very good.
Yeah, you see, they literally smoke up on top of them. Now, they were spotted by a ward even, so that wasn't going to work. The Pain Gaming, they just simply, it was like a smoke just simply for a little bit of speed burst, it felt like, but they might get Death Prophet. The RP is ready, uses it perfectly. Stifling Dagger comes in. Oh my God.
850 crit at 17 minutes. He has the Empower, he has the -4 armor as well. Talent at 15.
Yeah.
An 850 crit at 17 minutes is not what you want to see if you're a Pain Gaming player or fan.
No, that is a definition of melting right there. And it could get a little bit worse as Visage skewered back, and no one is on a mega kill streak, but they do not want to give this up as Pain Gaming. HFN comes in with a Doppelganger Overgrowth. But Sunderman plays a Mystic Flare. There's a lot of illusions absorbing the damage. HFN going dash forward towards Pasha, but not realizing he's in a bad spot. Cannot get away. The crit down on top of that on a King RD. And now they're going to go after Tavo to finish the job. Ramses is just doing so much damage right now. It's insane.
Look, he's just in their base too. He doesn't care. Look, it's just, he just crit. Like, this is the VP people were expecting, like that game 1, you know, and now, well, They're playing like it.
Yeah.
When you play as well as they do, and some people are like, well, beating hockey is a very bad thing, and I'm like, no, this is. I mean, you're allowed to be when you're that good.
Yeah. And they have results to back it up. There's no doubt in that. As far as, you know, I've already qualified for TI. Of course, that's always a discussion.
Are they the only? They're still
the only
right?
team technically points-wise, I believe. Yeah.
They are quite the team.
But that's not to say that they're not trying by any means.
Even no one right there fake denying the bounty run from the Wisp. They're feeling themselves right now.
And like I said, it is a game in the end. You know, you're allowed to have fun. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. You know, we saw the whole Sunder play last game. That was clearly a troll of sorts. Solo, he's trying to make some jukes, get away. Remember, this is a support visage, not the most fun as items go, but doing plenty of damage still, but out comes the living armor. Roger in here with the tether. Look at that tanky Treant Protector, man. Magnus from a distance. He's even going to be here. They're using so much once again just to try to kill support. Duster goes down in the backlines to Ramses. They'll pick up King RD and Weehaw as well. The bait is real, and that all started because they dove after Solo on that Treant Protector. You know, there was a lot of first pick Treant Protector. You know, what are they thinking? Well, I guess that's an example right there.
Good to see him. Look at Pasha giving us the seizure. Solo will do it as well there. Wait,
he used it. He actually used it.
Solo. He'll never get another Mercedes.
I mean,
the game. I don't want to be like, whoa. I mean,
well, that was Pasha, to be fair.
Yeah, it is. But there's what can you, if you're paying. If you have a PA, if you're the team with a PA here, there's a decent chance, like, you know, you get a couple crits, you could come back, but they don't have a hero that just turns the tide of a thing. They don't have this burst damage. They have Weehaw with the Ghost, who does this nice over-team fight damage, PL, who needs to build up illusions, and Pango is just under farm. Like, Pango could do a lot of burst damage, but he doesn't have the farm, and it just doesn't feel like they have, like, I think, yeah, you're going to see a kill here. I think you're going to see maybe one more team fight, and then I think it's going to be the G's dropping.
Level 18 PA, level 3 coup de grace, result has a BKB now.
It's going to be 19.
It's going to be 19, so 20 is coming shortly. It really is.
That's almost a level a minute. Is that? I'm sure it's been done in some random game, but in a major, that's insane.
It's a good player. He has plenty of good backup around him too. Good team. He has that blur on top of the living armor as well, by the way, and an eye. So speaking of, you mentioned last game.
Oh, Lord have mercy on his sins. 1,300 crit.
I am saying a silent prayer right now for King RD. That just happened.
If HFN goes down here, I think it's just curtains.
But yeah, it goes back to they have a team once again to save it. I can't even say a word with the 1,500 freaking crit happening once again.
Laughing deeps.
I think Virtus Pro is gonna on their way at least to trying to secure this series 2-1. Obviously, Tusk's still underleveled. He just melts with the Mystic Flare. No one pretty deep in here, but they're already fountain camping, and we're 21 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Literally, this is happening right now, and literally, it's working.
And no one's dying. What can you do? This is the VP ever expected. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? No one does eventually go down. A huge crit again. And he's just killing everybody. Rampage. Okay, finally the Aegis will be popped.
Why did I do this? I lost my friend. His quadruple rampage. Oh, we're back.
And we're back, and
the bird's
back into the game. No, he gets out. No, he will not. Oh, that's Pasha right there going down. Ramses realizing he has to fight on his own, and he too will fall. And that's nearly 1,000 gold going the way of Tava right there for that kill. So yeah, that's quite the swing. 3,000 plus in favor of Pain Gaming.
2 buybacks, but it's both your supports. The fact they didn't get a Rax even. Well, they did. They got one of the 1 Raxes, but I mean, that just shows they're the 18,000 net worth at 22 minutes in. This man is a beast. This whole team, obviously. But like we said, Pango, 2 javelins, 2K. Be interesting to see.
Yeah, what do you think of this build, by the way? I mean, he is going up against a PA, to be fair, but the whole double javelin build, it is considered a build on Pango, so
I think it's fine. The fact he has Guardian Greaves queued up is interesting. Versus Ancient Seal, very good, obviously, but I think it's fine. I think it's a team item, and with 2 javelins, you're already almost maxed out on the damage you're going to do with your swashbuckle, so
yeah.
Now, SNY, Aquila Vanguard, and look at VP. They are ready to go. Oh, Duster, or
support Visage. He's dead. No, his life is gone. The familiar, can they kill that as well? One familiar that's there.
I wonder if they forgot he's not a core. They just committed like a 5-man smoke gank to kill poor Duster. including the IO relocate, which they didn't need. IO has 5 clarities. He's ready to go.
You know, Phantom Assassin at the top lane here. He's almost got a nullifier finish now as well. Weed's going in. I don't know about that, sir. That is a scary target to die.
That was actually, yeah, I'm really surprised we even threw out that one wave.
Yeah.
Has the Yule, so can dodge one. You can dodge a dagger, but then you just land and there's a PA in your face. So.
And then you get one shot anyway, so didn't really matter in the end. Yeah, wait, are you sure? Okay, he had the Empower on him maybe, because I thought it was cleaving right there and he didn't. Oh, he has a Battle Fury. What am I saying? I keep forgetting that he has. I'm like, oh, he has Empower, so he didn't go Battle Fury.
Right.
But you are right. He did go the minus armor talent. So it's getting out there. Middle lane solo. He is going to go in with his Blink Dagger. Catches the PL, the silence, and nothing PL can do but accept death.
Yep, that's the thing. We talk. You don't see many like people pick tree, right? But Root's so good versus PL. Can't doppelganger out of it.
But see, that's the thing, though. It was if I'm not mistaken, it was a first pick Treant Protector, so it's not like they picked it in reaction either. So
That's true.
I don't know. It was a Treant Magnus. I
think Kyle was one talking about that, like picking PL into tree. That seems a little bit risque.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There we go, indeed. Another 1400 crit coming out for yet another kill. Obviously, the immediate buyback, and now PA just has to get the hell on out of there. He's trying. He's like, you know what? I'll man fight this. Fan Lancer realizing that was a lost cause. The RP lands on all four. Is that 4 freaking heroes? It absolutely is. That was 3. Oh, that is game. GG well played is called officially this time, and it actually is a victory in favor of Virtus Pro.
And that's just, I mean, Virtus Pro. After game 1, man, Pain. You guys, they're looking really good, but then VP.